Hi, everybody. This is Tony Khan, the producer and director of Morning Stories from WGBH in Boston. As you may know, we started putting videos about morning stories out on YouTube and on our website last week, and you've been very encouraging. Just today, we got an email from one of our storytellers in China, Bonnie Lee. She writes, "Hi, Tony. I watched your video this evening. You're totally different as the one I imagined. But it is such an exciting thing to see real you and your studio." The ever-tactful Bonnie Lee. Between the lines, I can read a little shock in Bonnie, but it was nothing like the shock that Bonnie herself gave us about 4 or 5 months ago. She had told us that she was leaving Xi'an for a job in Zambia, and she promised to keep in touch with us. Well, for 3 months, she didn't. And not a word, it wasn't a call, it wasn't an email, it was nothing from Bonnie. And then, finally, we got a long letter describing what for most of us would have been a nightmare. The fact that it wasn't for Bonnie explains something about the remarkable person that I think Bonnie is. And we called her back home in Xi'an to fill us in.
Hi.
Bonnie?
Hi.
What happened to you?
I went to Zambia as a translator.
You applied to a company's internet ad to be a translator.
Everything in the job description is excellent, but inside Zambia, as I reached the company, everything is totally different.
How do you mean totally different?
It's just a building with 9 rooms circled by the walls.
9 rooms surrounded by a wall?
Yes, that's it.
And they told you said that they had 60 employees and that they were in full production?
I really wanted to cry.
And you couldn't leave?
They don't allow us to go outside alone. No phones, no TV, no internet, no passport. They kept my passport.
Sounds like slavery.
Yes.
Did they at least let you leave the room?
The company was built on a large land. No plants, but in the corner they planted vegetables there. So it's only greenery on the land. Every evening I take a walk around the garden.
So you took walks around the garden?
Yes, to see something fresh and make me happy. One day, one Zambia employee watered the plants. So I just came to talk to him. Suddenly, I heard a bird.
A bird?
Yes. So I tried to find where the bird is.
Yes.
The boy, he said, "That's me." I whistled. I laughed. I said, "It's you. It's really, really like a nice bird. Could you teach me how to whistle?" He smiled, said, Sure, I can." So he whistled the songs for me, and then he danced to the song. Most of them have no radio, but every time they listen to music, they dance like artists. It really surprised me.
So this was your first contact with the local Zambian?
We had a very good time that evening. I don't know how to describe this feeling, but it is joy.
Joy.
Yes, a very good moment for me. Africa is beautiful, lovely. Nothing wrong with Africa. And the most beautiful thing, the Zambian people, they are so peaceful.
Peaceful.
Even they wore very old clothes. Inside, their heart is very rich, very rich.
Were there other Zambians on the factory grounds?
The guards. Every evening, I just came to talk to the guards. They are very, very kind. They just invite me to join their dinner.
Mm-hmm.
But I refused.
You refused?
I just say, "Oh, thank you. I've already had my dinner." I lied to them.
Why?
I couldn't accept I eat with hands.
With their hands.
So one guy told me, "Bonnie, what's your favorite food?" I said, "Potato." He said, "Sweet potato?" I said, "Yes." He said, "Tomorrow I buy you some sweet potato. You come to eat with us."
Oh.
I was so touched. I said, "Okay." So the following evening, I eat with them, use my hands, no spoon, no chopstick.
So how did it taste?
It was very unforgettable dinner for me. So I become part of them.
Bonnie, most of the stories that we hear nowadays about that part of Africa are stories about enormous physical suffering, chaotic economies, terrible poverty, civil war, or the threat of civil war. And that's from people who aren't even being held captive there.
Sure, I had the same impression of Africa. But as I walked with them, talked with them, I found some beautiful things. For example, simple happiness. It reminds me another story. One early morning, I went to the bathroom. I saw a boy looking at a mirror. He's smiling at himself. So I said, "Happy?" He said, "Yes, happy." I said, "What makes you so happy?" He said, "I had a very good dinner last night." It really surprised me. I said, "Dinner?" He said, "Yes. I just eat the cabbage. I love to eat cabbage. I haven't eaten cabbage for a long time." I really couldn't forget his smiling face and his words. Simple happiness. They teach me how to say hello and thank you, but I've already forgot. It is a shame for me.
I think Africa will forgive you. You've learned.
I hope so.
I learned more about Africa from someone who is Chinese than I did from even being there myself. Thank you very much, Bonnie. It's always a pleasure talking with you. Please stay in touch.
Thank you. It's so nice to hear your voice again. Okay.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
That was Bonnie Lee with today's morning story, Escape from Zambia. Although if there was an escape, it was from the Zambia of her physical circumstances into the Zambia of the people. She is a rare bird, and I love the way she says, "Happy? Happy." I'm here in the studio with Gary Mott. You happy?
Talk about making lemonade out of sweet potato.
I'm still blown away, forgive me for being naive, by the fact that here's someone from China who's telling us about what Africa is like here in the States. How
amazing.
Small can the world get? I'm sure we'll hear from her again, and we can see her, as a matter of fact, right?
Bonnie sent us a couple of gorgeous photos, which we posted on our Flickr site, flickr.com/photos/WGBH Morning Stories.
The Flickr site's kind of like the family album,
Yep.
and we also have this YouTube experiment.
Yeah, we just got a note today from Megan in New York City. She says, "I live a busy life in a small apartment in New York, and therefore can't have a dog. I go to cuteoverload.com and dailypuppy.com to get my fix until I can go see my family's dogs in New Jersey. As I was scrolling along the cuteness, I saw Tony Khan's picture on a side banner ad. He kind of fit in with the dogs. Furry, adorable, and full of expression. So I clicked on the link and discovered Morning Stories videos on YouTube. I love them. I work in advertising TV production, and this is a fantastic break from the hundreds of thousands of dollars of fancy editing and client comments we deal with every day."
I'm glad you liked it, and I'm sorry you don't have a dog with you, but I am available for short walks.
You're furry.
Here's a letter from Tricia. She writes, "Hi. First, I have to congratulate you on accomplishing what no other media outlet has managed to do. You lured me onto YouTube. I've always had a negative feeling towards this site, thinking it was just full of people doing crazy stunts that even America's funniest home videos wouldn't show. Well, your episodes made me laugh and really captured what makes Morning Stories so great. I just had to write about a couple of stories I recently heard also. Marshall Jr. and Louise just knocked my socks off. That was the story that Betsy Bunn told about her first day at school long ago, or not so long ago, Betsy, in the South. I was listening while driving through a snowstorm, and the combination of the weather and my misting eyes, I had to pull over. And it was told so beautifully by a true storyteller. I'll certainly be using that one with my English class this semester. I also want to thank Ipswich and the courageous people who share their stories and a bit of their souls each week. We can't thank the storytellers enough, but Ipswich we can thank, and we do every week, for its support for our podcast since the start. Ipswich.com, and they're a leader in file transfer software.
One final letter from our friend Todd in Thailand.
Mm-hmm.
I saw the recent videos you posted. Smashing.
Ooh.
You could have This new video lead could be an interesting sideline to Morning Stories. I hope you guys expand on it. I wish you guys much success. By the way, I heard one of your listeners say he just clicked on the link to donate.
Uh-huh.
And yes, it really is that easy. You should be $100 richer now.
Todd, thanks a lot for asking also about the videos. We're going to be including another one of these videos with this week's podcast. It's a little video about the depth of my technical competence and why Gary is so absolutely indispensable.
WGBH.org/morningstories. It's all there. Our link to Flickr, our link to YouTube. And please get in touch with us at morningstories@WGBH.org.
See you soon. Take care. Did you know, Bonnie, that next to the United States, the greatest number of downloads this program has is in China?
In China?
Yes.
Wow.
More downloads in China than in Canada, than in England, than in Australia, than in 198 other countries.
Very good news.
Yes, I think the Chinese are very wonderful people.
Yeah, Chinese really friendly.